What's up, everybody? Retro Mike here, and first I want to apologize for the lighting. It's nighttime here. Generally I try to do my videos during the day, but I don't really want to do it tomorrow, and I'm not expecting any packages on Monday, which is when I generally would do my pickup videos, because I get packages sometimes quite late through the mail, but not expecting anything, so bringing it to you today. After going through some of the stuff that I got today, ended up being a little late, but still going to do the video, so do apologize for the lighting. But we're going to go ahead and start off with some online pickups that I got here. Now I ended up getting all these games pretty much for $2 a piece. Great purchase in my opinion, probably one of my best purchases on there. Surprised I won it at that price. But games I got, first is Activision's classic games for PlayStation. It's in LB's 98's game case for some reason. I don't think I'm gonna ever find that game complete, because I got one myself and it's just the disc too. So I also got Spider-Man, Digimon Rumble Arena, Dragon Ball GT Final Bout, and I think this is a more common version. I think there's two versions of this game, but I think I got the more common one, even though it's still pretty uncommon. But Mega Man X5. The manual of this got really water damaged. You can see it's stuck to the door there, but it's Tomb Raider's Last Revelation. That one will probably go into the trade bin. Army Men Green Rogue, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2, Action Man, SmackDown 2, Greatest Hits, WWF Attitude, Dave Mirra's BMX, Legacy of Kain, Soul Reaver. Been wanting to get that game. It looks like it would be good. I remember playing a demo on it, and I could never get through the demo. I was young, so I didn't know too much about it. But last game here is Spider-Man 2, Greatest Hits version. Wish it was the black version, the black label version, but I may still add it to my collection, even though it's Greatest Hits. Last online purchase I made, if you remember from the previous pickup video, I picked up online some boxed NES games, and one of them, which is this one, didn't have the game in it, but it was complete with the manual. But I decided to go ahead and get the game too. It's fairly cheap. It only cost me $3, $3.50. That was with free shipping, so I was kind of excited to get it. I didn't think I would find it for any cheaper. I checked all the game stores around me, and one that did have it was like, they wanted like $6 for it, and I knew it wasn't quite worth it to get $6, but I now got a complete copy, so I'm happy for that. That was all for the online purchases. Before I do the garage sale and flea market stuff, I want to make a shout out to a YouTuber, GUnitColima. I saw quite a few of his videos, and he's always making NES boxes, or custom NES boxes, and I thought they looked awesome. Definitely thought about getting some, trading with him, but he's like, oh, here, I'll make you some, and you know, he made them for me. I just printed them off and created them, or assembled them, which was quite a bit of fun. But he created them for my NES games that had the manuals. That if I got the boxes for them, they probably just cost just as much as the game did. But it's create one for Dracula's Curse, Castlevania 3s, and my Turtles 3 Manhattan Project. So 2 3s. then I decided to give my luck at it to create my own for another game I had a manual to. It was Metroid. You probably saw that game in a pickup video. But I sort of screwed up on the bottom, cut a little bit too far, but thank you GUnit for making those two and definitely, you know, helping me make them, I guess, because they definitely display very well. Besides just trading them, I'd rather have kept them, and now I get to keep them because they look so well on the shelves. But to move on to some pickups I made at the garage sales that I went to quite a few of them. I went to the community-wide that I was talking about, and it was probably a mistake because it was out in the areas where there's a lot of farmers, so it was a lot of antiques, tons and tons of baby clothes. I don't shop for clothes that small. But I ended up finding a lady that had some N64 games, so I picked them up for $1 each, and they're Perfect Dark, Monster Truck Madness 64, GoldenEye 007. This one's not a game, but I think it's fairly rare. I could be wrong. It's Game Shark Pro. I don't know if you'd be able to see that, but it's version 3.3, which I just did a quick look. It's, I guess, more rare because of this little port there, but all those games are pretty much loose, so they'd be up for trade. So if anyone's interested, let me know. That was it for the garage sales. Made some flea market purchases here. I didn't make a lot of noise getting it out. But first purchase I made here, $3. Power Rangers Super Legends complete. I'll definitely be adding that to my collection. Never played a Power Rangers game, but it looks like a little battle game, so I'll probably like it, maybe. Also, for $10, I got Contra Hardcores. I think I might know someone that may be interested in that. The only problem is it says assembled in Mexico. I don't know if that lowers the value at all. I know that they've made Sega Genesis games sometimes in Mexico to save on assembly costs, but I've heard rumors that some of the games don't fit right in some of the consoles. I don't know. I haven't tested it in my console, which is a version 2, so I'll test that and make sure it does function properly. But one guy I went up to had a bunch of old video game stuff, and first he offered me like a bunch of boxes for I think like $25, and it was gonna be a good deal, but it was a lot of stuff I just didn't want to have clutter. I would have definitely gotten my money's worth, but it was mostly Sega Dreamcast games that he claimed would be sealed, but I could tell they weren't because the manuals were actually sealed, sitting on top of the case, so rather than inside the game. And some loose PlayStation 2 games, some Atari games, and nothing really good. I think like the best game in there was like Jack 2 for the PlayStation 2, which I just wasn't going to pay that money to just have a bunch of stuff laying around. One box that he did have that I want to mention, I may go back and buy it if anyone shows interest in it, if they need any of the games or tell me. But he had Atari 5200 games, and I know nothing about Atari 5200 games, so some of the games I remember being in the box, there was about 20 of them, were Kangaroo, Dig Dug, Pac-Man. There was definitely other games in there, but I want to say I saw like 3 copies of Pac-Man, some like 2 copies of Kangaroo. So I don't know how many doubles there are. I don't know how many variety of games there are, but he wanted them all. I think he was going to offer me them all for $10 for buying this lot. So I told him I may be interested in, so maybe I can still get that deal. If anyone out there collects 5200 games, let me know. I can obviously get them for you, and we can probably do a trade. You know, $10 I didn't think was too bad, but I don't know anything about 5200 games. I don't know if they sell. You know, if any of you guys want them. So if you collect them, yeah, let me know. But he had one box that he was offering with the lot, but it was just that one box I wanted, and it just had a bunch of these. I think about 8 of these, and some of the RF cables for a regular Nintendo. Now I have an even bigger box of these Nintendo controllers, and I'm a bit of a hoarder when it comes to these Nintendo controllers, because I find consoles that generally don't come with controllers. So if I find a good cheap console, I don't want to sell it just by itself. I know one of my goals is to get consoles and, you know, introduce them to, you know, the younger generations, to get them into the retro gaming vibe. So I keep old controllers around just to bundle with consoles to make sure it's all complete. But definitely, if anyone out there needs any controllers, I'm your guy, I guess. Just let me know. I definitely will trade up for them. But one thing he had I was definitely interested in, $5, was Atari's Star Raiders. My first Atari game in my collection, especially boxed. Generally, I don't deal with this old of games, because although I grew up with it, it's more of I try to collect more for really games that I enjoyed playing, and there wasn't many on the Atari that I grew up playing, and I already have those games, so there was no point of collecting an entire console's worth. So, but yeah, I ended up getting it because it's this very giant box. I've never seen anything like it. I thought it would display very well. I don't think it's anything super rare. You don't see box Atari games often, I would imagine, but still, it was cool. And inside of it has 2 boxes. One, if I can get it out of here, is some inserts, tons of inserts here, but at the back of it, there's the game box, and it had its own controller, I guess. Still backwards, but the controller's in there and everything. Controller is in there. Then it also came with a manual, and then this little comic book, which I don't know if it goes with it, because it says 2, and the box says it should be volume 3. I don't know too much about comics, but 2 is less than 3, so I don't think it goes with it, but I don't know why it would be in there. But still cool to have it. I'll probably be displaying it on my shelves if I have room for it. I thought it was cool. But, you know, if you really collect this stuff and really want it, let me know, because I'll trade it, I guess. And I'm not super attached to it. I just thought it looked cool, so anything that looks cool is welcomed on my shelves. And then I made one last purchase, as I make some more noise here. The guy had a GameCube for $10, and I have plenty of GameCubes, because people always want to sell their GameCubes with their games. When I just want the games, they're like, no, I'm not selling the games by themselves. So I end up being stuck with GameCubes all the time. So I passed on the GameCube, but I saw this and I was like, will you separate it? And he's like, yeah, fine. It's a wireless adapter for the Wavebird controller. It's kind of cool to have one. Hopefully I'll find the controller. I know this alone is pretty pricey, so maybe eventually I'll be able to play my GameCube games wirelessly. I ended up only paying $5 for it, which was half the price that the guy was asking for the GameCube, but I just didn't want the GameCube. But that's it. That was it for the purchases of this week. I'm hoping to do a trade video, a sale video, but this end of the month, but I don't know if maybe I should do it sooner. I'm sort of trying to build up subscribers, interest in some of the items that I get picked up. Not everything that you see on the videos is going to be shown on the trade videos. There's a lot more stuff. Like I got about 40 NES games that are cart only that I want to get rid of because they're taking up shelf space, and tons of other stuff. I may make the video sooner if there's a demand for it. So if you demand it, I'll make it. But else it's going to be the end of this month, probably maybe the 29th, because on the 28th I plan to hit a convention, hopefully. So do keep an eye out. If you want it sooner, just demand it, and I shall do it. But that's it for the pickup video. Do like, subscribe, comments, enjoy donuts. But as long as you're gaming, that's it. So thank you for watching. Peace.